All righty, we are live. Good morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to our Monday YPN, Wake Up with YPN. I'm Ashley Bermel, and this morning we have some very special guests. As you know, one of the greatest tools for realtors is our MLS and our access to that data. However, a lot of people have no idea what powerful tool this is. In fact, 75% of consumers have no idea how the MLS benefits them, and they don't even know what the MLS is. So the Council of Multiple Listing Services has been working really, really hard on correcting that, and they want to help brokers, agents, and other MLSs educate consumers on the power of the agent with access to the MLS. So today we've got Dave Howe and Danae Evans from CMLS to speak about the value proposition, the importance of education with our clients and our consumers, resources, and those resources that are available to our folks with their current campaign called In the Know. So Danae and Dave, thank you so much for coming and being with us this morning. How are you?
I'm good. Very excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. Would you mind taking a quick moment to introduce yourself today, if you want to start first?
Right. Yes. Hello, Danae Evans. I am the CEO of the Council of Multiple Listing Services. I'm based in Las Vegas. So you may see my kids come in and tell me, good morning, Mom, because they're still trying to get out the door. But I'm super excited to be here and talk about MLS with you.
Yeah, and I'm Dave Howe. I'm Vice President of Client Success and Compliance at MLS in Northern California known as MetroList. I'm also the 2021 Chair of the Council Multiple Listing Services, and I'm a huge fan of YPN. We have very active chapters here in Northern California, and the energy there is fantastic.
Awesome. Well, can you give us just a brief background on what the Council of Multiple Listing Service is about, what you guys do?
Absolutely. So CMLS is the National Trade Association for MLSs. It started in 1957 as the Northwest Council in the state of Washington, and it was just a small room. MLSs would come together and share what was a challenge, what was success, sharing of best practices, essentially. Today, we have about 220 MLSs. Out of, if you didn't know, there's about 550 across the U.S. 200 of those, about 220 are our members, but those 220 members make up about 85% of the market across the country. So it is about still that same basic thing, bringing everyone together, sharing those best practices. How do we better power you, the professionals, to meet the needs of your clients? And we call it help make the market work, right? Create the efficiency of a market that is transparent, pro-competitive, and pro-consumer. So with that, did I miss any parts, Dave? Did I cover it? I think I got them. That's my favorite part.
So right now, I know that you guys are running the campaign In the Know. Can you give us some context as to the power of the MLS and the importance of educating our members and our clients on this power?
Yeah, I'll jump in here, Danae, if that's okay. You know, we've had lots of conversations at the barbecues as MLS execs or even realtors, YPNers, where someone might ask you what the MLS is, and it's not Major League Soccer. So this strategic focus of the council is to promote excellence in the MLS by educating consumers and real estate value or real estate professionals on the value of the MLS. And we really see it as something that's quite miraculous. You know, a lot of you out there rely on the multiple listing service. You know, you wake up in the morning, you flip the lights switch on, the lights come on, you turn the water on, the water comes on, and the MLS is there as well. We literally provide systems that ultimately tens of thousands of real estate agents use, and companies and different business models, competitors, and ultimately the multiple listing service is a very large cooperative. And we really help to make homeownership happen. That's certainly the power of the MLS. And two key truths about the MLS is that the MLS absolutely provides the bedrock of information to millions of people who depend on it every day to make smart real estate decisions. biggest decisions in many people's lives on the consumer side. And the mass majority of homes and sales happen and transact through the multiple listing service. And so that is, ultimately not apps and those types of things. This is actual real people, who actually serve the consumer and provide that service via a very vital tool known as the multiple listing service.
Awesome. I mean, this sounds like a fantastic campaign. What is a little bit of history behind it? Has it been going on for a while? And why did the CMLS decide that it was very important?
Well, Ashley, I think you mentioned it about how many consumers, the percent of how many consumers knew what an MLS was, maybe have an idea of it. We did a little consumer research, and Major League Soccer does come up, and we want to make sure that's not it. But just knew that, one, we started with the industry itself, is making sure that you as realtors, as the professionals, know what the value of that tool, as Dave said, you flip the light on, you turn on, it works. You need that to do your job. So really making sure we're understanding the value of this tool that we have as an industry, the power of that cooperative, competitors coming together to make homeownership happen. That's pretty powerful and pretty amazing, and a great consumer benefit. So we worked on industry first. That's our making the market work. But then saying, okay, well, how does the consumer? And as my mom put it when we did a focus group, she's like, I don't care how it works. Just make it work. Just sell my house, right? But still, the value of why is it important to put it on the multiple listing service? Why is it important to be part of that competitive marketplace where your home is exposed to the most listings and is available to the most buyers? We really felt that it was at a place where, and especially right now in our current environment, where people are saying, that the professionals are not needed. Well, the value of that cooperative that they participate in to better equip the consumer to make those decisions is really what prompted us to go to that next level with the In the Know campaign. So if you haven't gone there, you can go to multiplelistings.org. I think I got the website right. And so you can go there. There is brochures that you can print. There's all different types of stuff, but it's just using it and continuing to share that value so that consumers understand the value of putting it on the multiple listing service and using you as the professional to do that.
Awesome. So Danae, you mentioned some brochures. I wish I had them yesterday at an open house because I was trying to explain to some first-time home buyers the importance of the MLS versus doing a DIY search of available properties on their own. Anything besides brochures that exist that I can use as an agent or a broker to utilize materials or videos that you've already created?
Well, if I can I jump in there a
little
bit?
Take that one, Dave. You guys have done great stuff with it there.
We run an MLS in Northern California, and we've had a lot of fun with it. It's a lot of fun seeing. We'll talk about the contest here in a little bit, but ultimately the materials that are being used as a multiple listing service, one of the best drivers of traffic to our participants and subscribers has been through our public website. And as Danae had mentioned, the importance of the consumer understanding the value of the multiple listing service. The multiple listing service is under attack by many different, from many different facets and angles. So educating the consumer, putting the tools in the hands of the agents to be able to use in CMAs that they're doing. I don't know if you use the cloud CMA in your area. But they've recently put it in there. We've got homes.com is putting it over. These are business partners of the council. But the local associations and the realtors in the marketplace, there's tools on the site that Danae had given you right there in the bottom left corner of your screen, and ultimately incorporated into all of your marketing materials. The interesting point about all of this is that this started with a Making the Market Work campaign. Danae and I were co-authors on that. I'm not bragging, but I'll brag a little bit because MLSs and MLS execs don't get a chance to do that. But it's been, the organic growth of it has been fantastic. The associations and MLSs all around the United States are using it. And the good news is we're starting to see the agents and brokers starting to use it by virtue of that. So that's really how you measure the success of the campaign, is when it becomes kind of table talk, around the table.
Absolutely. And I always, love to stress the edge that you have when you utilize MLS with your clients, that it is real time, it's fast, it's efficient, and you're getting the information before it's aggregated out to various websites. So, it's amazing if that is your tool that you're allowing your clients to partake with, that you are really, truly in the know better than anyone else.
Yeah, and it is the true source of the information. So
Mhm.
one of the things that when I talk to my friends that don't know exactly what the MLS is, when you tell them that that's the well from which all of these different sites are fed, the closer the realtor or the participant or subscriber is to that information, the more timely and up to date that information will be.
Right.
And I just want to expand on some of the assets that we do have to use, and encourage everyone on here to check out the CMLS in the Know is the assets. So there's videos on there. There's both buyer and seller videos to try to explain it as simply as possible, or as we just, like, I call it terms my mom would understand. She gets brought into this all the time. But we actually got a lot of pushback as we were developing that it didn't say these words, but they were all words that we tend to use as the industry to explain stuff that didn't make sense to my mom. So it's in there. It's just very simple, easy to understand, non-industry jargon. Like I said, there's videos, there's brochures, there's printed flyers, and they're all white labeled. They don't say CMLS or any particular thing in there. They're made so that you can use them and make them your own. Which we would encourage and ask you to do as much as possible. If you have ideas or feedback, once you look at them, please let us know. But like Dave said, we've got a lot of business partners, which are also members of CMLS, that have started just baking it into what they do, so that consumers are just, the more we can get it out there, the more we can empower you, the professionals, to have this information, then I think the better the impact will be, and it just really advancing what we do as an industry, of the collaboration and the competition. It's just a really amazing thing.
Absolutely. And I know if any agents or brokers out there are looking for ways to come off as experts in the market, or just easy content that they can distribute as we're getting kiddos back to school, and you're not necessarily wanting to sit down and start writing content pieces, this is a great opportunity for agents to capitalize on stuff that's already been written, already been produced, and then certainly look like a shining star in their marketplace, especially when your information is so relevant and pertinent to today's times. So I'm excited about it. You mentioned contest, and whenever I hear contest, my ears kind of perk up. What's that all about?
Well,
go ahead, Denee.
Dave got disqualified because he's chair of CMLS. Otherwise, he might have won, because they're doing some great stuff. So Dave, why don't you talk to this one?
Well, you're right. It absolutely has a soft spot in my heart for the In the Know campaign. But what we've done is we've challenged our members of the council, which are represented by over 200 MLSs, which, we have over 1 million. Our reach is the majority of the agents and brokers in the country. And we've challenged the different communities, cities, towns, states to compete for an incredible, like a WWE belt. It's an actual, looks like a boxing belt in the Know. Oh, there it is, right over.
Don't show anyone. Shh. It's supposed to be a secret for conference.
Oh yeah. She can't bring it into focus, so we have to leave it over there. But that big old thing over there is the actual prize. It will be much coveted within the MLS. We all geek out on MLS stuff, and that ultimately will be what we will award. And it's really important, I guess. It's just the contest, the whole communication really echoes the fact that the MLS is pro-consumer and it's pro-competitive. It creates a fair and balanced marketplace. A lot of people don't like to hear that it levels the playing field. But to understand that agents are the center of this miracle, you make the market work by having great tools like this, really to help support and make you stronger. The MLS exists in all these local communities to make the participant and subscriber stronger, and in many cases protect one another. So working together to communicate to the consumer the value of this miracle, the value of making the market work, the value of the multiple listing service is key to our sustainability in the marketplace. And it's been fantastic. We're not giving up. A lot of people would like, I mean, how many times have they sung the death song for different industries, including ours? That's nowhere close to happening with the multiple listing service.
No, I mean, you guys have the key to the data, and especially if I want to look up something that sold in years prior and take advantage of the information that I have at my fingertips, that's not something that you can necessarily find easily across the board, except if you have access to the MLS. So I know that's huge. I'm just going to give a quick minute here to see if anyone has any questions that's watching behind their computers. If you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and submit them now. If not, we will be certain to get these information or your questions over to Dave and Danae. We have one. It looks like there's just a comment that says, "Thank you so much for sharing some great information this morning." We really appreciate you two coming in I know that you guys are not on Central Standard Time, so waking up early and joining us. We hope that getting off to school with your kiddos goes well this morning. And
I think I heard them. They made it out without me, so that's a good sign. But I just want to make sure and just share the importance of when we did this campaign that we put the professional, the realtor, at the center of the story. You're the hero of it. So I really encourage you. The assets are in there, the CMLS and the know, but the other one is multiplelисtingservices.org. That's where you can actually send clients, and where you talked about the campaign, we have agents who have set up their own version of that site that they can send their customers to. So like you said, you had a first-time home buyers over the weekend. We've had great feedback that this is an excellent tool, because just as they're wrapping their head around the whole process, it can be overwhelming. And so that's just something really basic. Why is it important to use this? How is it used? And then I think my other ask would just be making sure that you can, whenever possible, share what the value is of you're competing, you as professionals competing with each other, but you're still collaborating to help make that homeownership happen, right? You're contributing to that marketplace so that the consumers have the most information available to them. If you've not looked up what it's like in other countries to try and buy and sell, I'd say take just a minute. They don't have the organized marketplace. You have to know people all over to even see what is available inventory. Can you go see it? How does that work? It's just, there's a lot of other less efficient in other countries. So just trying to appreciate what we have and continue that it is a thriving marketplace that allows you, the professionals, to best serve your customers and look like rock stars. So please try print one of the brochures, send a client to the website. And if you have any feedback for how we can make it better for you, we would love to hear that.
Yeah, not to date myself, but I remember when I first got into real estate, they had the book that was printed with all the listings. So I'm just very thankful that we now have the internet that can get the information out there.
And come on, Ashley, you're not that old.
Oh no, I definitely remember the book. So I'm excited that we can at least use the powers of technology.
Yeah, well, it's I want the Iowa City YPNers to know specifically. You are in the know because you understand the cooperative. You guys are, the YPNs are always on top of things. You probably, if they are anything like they are in Northern California, run great mixers, keep up the energy. You are the future of real estate. And so one of the things you're going to find in your blossoming, evolving careers is that you have to fight for those things that you hold dear to you. And this cooperative is one that's worth putting in the effort. We really hope to see you on the map as far as, embracing the in the know, the Making the Market Work campaign materials are there as well. And really very much appreciate, Ashley, the invitation to come and speak to you today.
Well, we thank you guys so much for coming. We are really looking forward to spreading the word, and certainly keep doing what you guys are doing, because we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.